Good day, my lovely students. Welcome back to the second term. And in this term, we're going to tackle new grammar lessons. And the first of is called the comparison between adjectives. And in this video, we're going to tackle three forms of comparison between adjectives: comparative, superlative, and as. So let's start with the comparative. Okay, like I said, comparative, superlative, and as. Okay, so the comparative, we use the comparative adjectives to show change or to make comparisons. Like the car is certainly better, but it's more expensive. Or I'm feeling happier now. Or we need a bigger garden. Or we use it when we want to compare one thing with the other, and in that case we use than. So like what, she is 2 years older than me. Or New York is much bigger than Boston. Or he is a better player than Ronaldo. Or France is a bigger country than Britain. So to compare between two things, I add the adjective plus er plus than. Like here, I'm comparing between her and me. Okay, I'm comparing between her and me. So I added old plus er plus than. So let's see how to form the comparative. Formation of comparative has three different ways, okay? With short regular adjectives, I add er to the adjective, like taller than or shorter than. So I put the adjective er plus than. And I also have long regular adjectives, and these long adjectives consist of more than 2 syllables, okay? So like what? More expensive than or more excellent than. In this case, I didn't add er to the adjective. What did I do? I added more before the adjective, and then I added than at the end. More expensive than. More excellent than. Okay, and there are a list of irregular adjectives, and these adjectives change as a whole. The whole adjective changes, like what? Good, better, bad, worse, okay? And we're going to see a list of these adjectives later. We have some spelling rules for short adjectives. Usually, and what we normally do is we just add er to the adjective, like slow, slower, fast, faster, tall, taller. But the adjectives ending in E, we just add the er. Large, larger, nice, nicer. And with some 2-syllable adjectives, especially ending in Y, we remove the Y and add I. So I plus er. So hungry, hungrier, happy, happier, funny, funnier. And the last one, if the adjective is ending in a vowel plus a consonant, like here, big, a vowel, I, plus a consonant, the G. So we double the consonant and we add er. So bigger than, fatter than, and fitter than. Okay? Now we move on to the superlative. For the superlative, we're comparing not just between two things, but between one thing and more. Okay, or a group of things, okay? Like what? My house is the largest one in our neighborhood. Or this is the smallest box I've ever seen. And our dog ran the fastest of any dog in the race. We all threw our rocks at the same time, and my rock flew the highest. So I'm not only comparing between my house and another house, I'm comparing between my house and all other houses in our neighborhood. A group of things in comparison with one thing, okay? So, formation of superlative. And like comparative, we have 3 ways to form the superlative. First one, with short regular adjectives, we add the plus the adjective plus est. Like what? The tallest, the youngest. Okay? And with long regular adjectives, we add the most plus the adjective. So the most expensive or the most popular. And the last one, the irregular adjectives are or they change as a whole, so good, best, bad, worst, okay? The spelling rules, we just add est to the ending of the adjective, like slow, slowest, fast, the fastest, tall, the tallest, or the ones ending in E, we just add the st, like large, the largest, nice, the nicest, and the ones ending in a consonant plus Y, we remove the I and add we remove the Y and add iest, like hungry, hungriest, happy, happiest, funny, funniest, okay? And the last spelling rule is an adjective ending in a vowel. Plus consonant, we double the consonant plus est. So big, the biggest, fat, the fattest, fit, the fittest, okay? And now we have a list of the irregular adjectives, and like I said, you have to memorize and study them by heart, okay? Bad becomes worse than or the worst. Good becomes better than or the best. For, farther than or further than with both a and u. And in superlative, it becomes the farthest or the furthest, okay? Many and much, they become more and the most, more than and the most. Old becomes older or elder than and the oldest or the eldest. Little, less than, the least, and the last one, ill, worse than, or the worst. So let's start with the exercises. Check yourself and see whether you're going to do it correctly or not. I'm sure you're going to do it correctly. So Jake's room is small Larry's room. So in here, I'm comparing between Jake's room and Larry's room. One thing and the other. So what am I going to do? Excellent, I'm going to use the comparative, smaller than, er plus than. Number 2, the blue car is nice, the black car. Also, two things in comparison with each other, so I'm going to use comparative, nicer than. Excellent. This exercise is boring, that one. So this is the long adjective, so I'm going to add more, boring than. Okay, number 4. Don't cheat, okay. His pullover is dark, his jeans. So comparative, er plus than, darker than. And the last one, Susan's hair is long, my hair. So longer than, excellent. Okay, George is funny, Robert, So what am I gonna do? Funnier than. My result in the test was good, Harry's. So, excellent, better than Harry's. Gold is expensive, silver. So, more expensive than, excellent. And Christine is smart, Alice. So I'm comparing between Christine and Alice, two people. Smarter than. And the last one, football is popular, handball. So, more popular than, okay? Who is tall person in your family? So I'm not only comparing between a person and another, I'm comparing between a person and the whole group of people, a family. So this is superlative, I'm gonna add the plus est, the tallest. Number 2, my mom is good cook in the world. Excellent, the best. December is cold month of the year in my country. So also superlative, the coldest. What's dangerous animal in the world? What is the most dangerous animal? And the last one, Ethan is happy boy that I know. Excellent. The happiest. Okay? Let's see. We are nice beaches. Where are nice beaches in your country? So, okay, the nicest. She bought big cake in the shop. This is superlative. So the plus est, and I double the consonant, the biggest. Who is famous singer in your country? This is a long adjective, so the most famous. Mr. Brown is experienced tutor in our university. So superlative with the long adjectives. The adjective, the most experienced. It was Chris who wrote brilliant composition. The most brilliant. Excellent work so far. And now we move on to the last part in our video, and it's called as plus adjective and plus as. And to negate it, we put not as plus adjective plus as. In here, as you can see, before we start the usage of as, look at the adjective here. as plus adjective plus as. Did I change anything in the word big, in the adjective big? Definitely not. So the adjective between as doesn't change at all. Okay? So that's how we form as. And we use it to make comparisons when things are when the things we are comparing between are equal. Like what? The world's biggest bull is as big as a small elephant. So they are equal in size. And the weather this summer is as bad as last year. It hasn't stopped raining for weeks. So it's equal. They are equal. We have to be as careful as you have to be as careful as you can. It's quite fragile. Fragile means it's easily broken. Okay, so they are equals. Okay, we use not as to make comparisons between things which are not equal. So to negate it, we just add not to the sentence. Like what? It's not as heavy as I thought it would be. Actually, so they are not equal, but I just added not. Okay. Rory hasn't grown as tall as Tommy yet, or she's not singing as loudly as she can. And the last one, they didn't play as well as they usually do. Okay, so that's as. It's very easy to use it, so let's try and solve on it on our own and check your answers with me. John is as Glenn, and like I said, we don't change the adjective at all, so what happens here? Excellent work. Tall as. Janet is as Jennifer. So I want beautiful. As beautiful as. Excellent. You aren't as my sister. Crazy. Okay, we can run as they can. Fast. And my mom is not strict, your mom. So in here I want not as, so is not as strict as your mom. Okay, let's move on. Okay, your mobile phone is not trendy, mine. In here you're not just adding not, you're adding as, not as, adjective as. So is not as trendy as. Matrix 2 was not interesting, Matrix 1. So, not as interesting as. The yogurt not taste good, the one I bought yesterday. So in here you're not just adding the negative, you're also adding the verb and forming it in the tense. So, this yogurt not taste, it doesn't taste as good as. Okay, the last two, I can do many press-ups, you. As many press-ups as you can do, or you. And the last one, I not earn much money, you do. So, I don't earn as much money as you do. So, that's the end of our video. Thank you for listening. I hope you understood well, and goodbye.